have you been listening to this show for a while? Do you like this show? Do you want to see it continue? There's one way you can do that. You can actually visit our Patreon page and donate some money to make sure the show continues. That's the only way we fund the show, the only way we make it happen. Go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns, find out bonus stuff you can get for supporting us, and make sure the show keeps on trucking.
I'm wearing it. It's got a jellyfish on it right now. I don't know.
Heart rate normal.
Heart rate still normal. I'm in very good shape. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Oh, I have fears, Anthony. I have fears.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. Can I tell you, we're coming up on 500 episodes.
We're
I don't want to
close.
toot our own horn right now, but beep, beep.
Toot other people's horns.
I'm going to get down into a little meta, a little self-referential. A little wrenchel is what I call it.
Sweet wrenchel.
A little wrenchel. What I've learned over 500 episodes is you definitely have more fears than me.
I don't know about more.
I definitely express more fears.
I have a lot of fears.
More readily than you do.
Maybe.
You have more. You have more fears than me.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're afraid of more shit for sure.
Well, one of the things I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about today because we got an article sent to us by Jim Corbett.
Thanks, Jim.
I think this is Jim's first submission.
Well, welcome, Jim.
Yeah. This is a true thing that happened that I am irrationally afraid of.
Okay.
School trip. I mean,
terrified of a school trip.
Who's not, right? Not
terrified.
Get that permission slip.
Oh no!
Riding on the bus.
We're going to the science museum. Oh!
Indiana University has what is called the Caving Club.
Hell yeah!
That is a club that goes caving. They go to caves. They tour caves. Seems like a club that I would really like.
What is the difference between a caver and a spelunker?
Depth, I think.
Is it depth?
Spelunking, you go deeper. It might be the same thing.
Is it depth? Do spelunkers physically change the cave? Like, will a spelunker?
No.
A spelunker will not change the cave. Will not try to like.
Supposed to.
Okay.
You mean like carve new ways to go?
I'm just thinking of the game Spelunky.
Spelunker gets power-ups and dies over and over.
But there was another like a classic video game too that was like that had Spelunker in the title.
Runner? Oh.
But I don't know. But like, yeah, and they're all about kind of like digging your own path through it. So I just thought maybe spelunkers.
No.
What's the difference?
They may be synonyms, but
okay.
Spelunking, I always assume is like going deep into caves.
Yeah.
Caving is like, hey, look, there's an opening. Let's go in there.
So caving is to spelunking as snorkeling is to scuba diving.
I'm probably wrong, but that's my assumption.
Okay, we're going based on that assumption. And if we're wrong, at us, but like don't at us, but at us, but be cool.
Anyway, so
people have questions and it's fine.
Caving Club fucking hates Spelunking Club. Classic rivalry. They egg each other's houses.
Yeah.
It's really rough. No, Caving Club at Indiana University. They go on trips. They go into southern Indiana to some caves. And one day, just recently, they went and a kid, 19-year-old freshman by the name of Lukas. Now, this is where it gets a little too weird to be true. His last name is Cavar. Cavar? Caver? I don't know.
When he showed up the first time to the caving club, like the faculty advisor, his hand started shaking a little bit and he like dropped his water and he was like, finally, you're here.
Cavar.
The Cavar. We've been waiting for you. And it turns out that it was like it wasn't just a school club. It was like a secret society.
Yeah.
Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer style.
Yeah, every generation there's a Cavar.
There's a Cavar and this guy is the faculty advisor to the Cavar.
The last Cavar dies, a new Cavar is born.
Yeah.
Well, this Cavar almost died. So here's what happened. Lukas Cavar, they went about 10 miles south of Bloomington and into this cave. And they're having a great old time. And he's, wandering around the cave, exploring the cave. Caving club stuff, classic caving club stuff.
Just caving around.
Caving Club, for some reason.
Walking on rocks, walking past rocks, walking over rocks, under rocks.
Touching rocks sometimes.
But not changing things because that's a spelunker thing.
It's in the purview
we
of the
think
spelunkers.
maybe. Who knows?
Rest of Caving Club goes, that has been a really good trip. Let's
good cave, everybody.
Let's head out.
Good cave, everyone.
Yeah, hey, high five.
Hey, let's we caved in, now let's cave out. Hey, but let's not cave in, am I
Everybody
right?
cave in.
Haha, better cave out than to be in a cave in.
Everybody back on the bus.
All right, everyone? That old adage from the Caving Club.
They left the cave. Caving Club being responsible.
Yeah.
When you cave out,
Burns down the cave.
they padlock the gate to the cave.
Caves have gates now?
Well, this particular cave, because it's a
What is this, a practice cave?
practice cave.
It's like the danger room for the Caving Club?
You got to work up to the unpadlocked caves, man.
It's
You
like
just open. You don't want to just go open cave.
No.
Your first couple of cavings.
God, no. A nature cave? No.
They padlock the door.
Sure.
Lucas is still in there.
No.
Lucas doesn't realize everyone's leaving.
They don't do the buddy system in fucking Caving Club?
Clearly doesn't count off. There's no buddies.
Listen, when you're going into a dark pit in the heart of the world, you do the buddy system. You do the buddy system. First
rule of Caving Club is buddy system.
We went on field trips to the zoo. When you go to the zoo, you have a buddy system.
Yeah.
When you go to the park, you have the buddy system. You go to the beach, you have the buddy. You go into a hole, a dark hole in the heart of the center of the earth. You don't have the buddy system?
Gotta have the buddy system.
This is a bad Caving Club.
I mean, they should get their caving license revoked, not to mention their club license.
Now, I think for caving, you don't need a license, but for spelunking you
is
do.
the license, right? Because of the altering.
Because of the oxygen tanks.
So, here he is. He realizes he's trapped. Caving Club, blithely unaware, going about their day, high-fiving, telling stories of caves gone by.
Oh my gosh, do you remember that time when we walked through those rocks? Mm-hmm. And there were more rocks, and then we went down, and there was like rocks there.
Do you remember the colorful rocks?
Oh.
They were right next to the less colorful rocks.
Man,
those
what
are
a
good.
great day in the cave.
Good caving.
Do you remember that voice that whispered all our sins to us?
What?
Just me? Huh.
Anyway, great rocks.
Great rocks.
So here he is. He's stuck inside the cave. He is dressed in light clothes, hiking boots, and a helmet.
Yep.
He has a plastic bag, 2 energy bar wrappers.
Whoops.
Whoops.
That didn't go the way I had hoped it would.
2 empty water bottles.
Ooh.
A cell phone and a wallet.
How's reception in the cave?
Cell phone doesn't get any reception. No reception. No way to call.
It's T-Mobile?
Yeah, probably.
Probably T-Mobile.
Probably T-Mobile. You got to get that caving plan.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get pay extra for AT&T's caving
That's where they trick you. Is they tell you that they have as soon as you leave their network, you'll just join a partner network and it'll be seamless and you won't even know.
Some sort of cave
But
network.
I have been into so many dark caves.
Yeah. Well, you're a spelunker.
Yeah, and which is different than a caver.
Right.
And I've been to so many caves, and that network switchover does not happen.
It's annoying at best. I mean, having a loud, echoey conversation, and the echo has nothing to do with the cave.
Let me tell you something. I am caught in the middle of a war between the mole people and the lizard people, and I am just trying to get some cell service to let people know that if these two factions don't come to peace, it will destroy the overworld as well. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I can't even check Twitter.
Yeah. Not to mention the overages from the overworld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, here's what he did. He stood at the gate that was padlocked.
He wove the wrappers into, I don't know.
He yelled.
Great. Good first move, Lucas.
Didn't work. Nobody came to his rescue.
All right. That would have been the end of my plans.
And then you would have curled up into a ball and perished?
That would have been it. I would have curled up into a ball and died. They'd be like, well, I knew I was going to die in this cave.
And then what he did, Anthony, he found he had a paper clip somehow. And he tried to, no, it was part of his cell phone. Excuse me. He had a piece of metal from his cell phone, and he tried to pick the lock.
What kind of piece of metal from his cell phone? What the fuck? He had one of those shards of cell phone. What happens is in the crafting menu, you can break down your cell phone into cell phone shards.
If you just scrape it long enough. He tried picking the padlock with a paper clip to no avail. But the reason I found that doubtful is because they didn't list paperclip in his original list of items that he had. So that's why.
Oh, okay.
Said he tried to pick up the padlock with a paperclip, but it turns out that's easier in movies and TV shows than it is in real life.
Yeah, padlock with a paperclip. That's not going to work.
But don't you think that you would try that based on all the movies you've seen?
Depending on the like if it's a real cheap padlock, maybe.
What do? You just stick it in and wiggle it around? Like that's what they do in movies?
Yeah, kind of.
Are you listening for a click?
It needs to literally be like a dollar store padlock.
Yeah.
Like it literally does.
Caving
a real padlock is not
Club doesn't have dollar store padlock. They came correct.
But do they or don't they? I feel like I've been to some parks and some public areas and things like that where there's a lock, but it seems very perfunctory. Like it seems like the cheapest lock because it's like we're just basically trying to put one obstacle in front of you, and if like we bet most people are too lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's that sort of thing where it's like there are different levels of bicycle lock.
Oh, sure.
And there's like the bicycle lock where you're like, here, I just want my bike to be the least easy bike to steal on the street.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, just some sort of visual representation of of a disincentive for you to steal this.
Yeah, I want you to just
my
like
preference that you don't steal my bike
Yeah,
is just indicated.
This is going to take like 5 minutes and somebody down the street has one that's going to take like nothing. So I'm just going to go for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just a cave. It's in the middle of nowhere. So you don't know. Like maybe they didn't
you don't want to let the hooligans into the cave.
You don't want to let the spirits out of the cave.
And you also don't want to let
spirit lock
spelunking club in the cave because fuck those guys.
Fuck those. And like spelunking club will be like, we don't even want to go in that cave. It's not deep enough for us.
Yeah.
But like they keep eyeing it. They keep eyeing it.
Yeah.
So he tried to pick the lock.
So one day goes
I would have tried to break the lock. I wonder.
With what, a rock? Where are you gonna find a rock in a cave?
I don't know, or just like repeatedly kicking at it because I bet the weak point is not the lock. I bet it's the hinge.
But imagine a gate and the lock is on the outside of the gate, right?
Yeah,
how are you even going to get
That's why you keep just kicking at the gate.
Kick at the gate.
Because I think the weak point is the hinge. Because it's probably like a wooden gate. I don't know. I'm not picturing this gate.
None of that worked correctly.
Okay.
One day goes by. 2 days go by.
He eats both of his wrappers.
He takes to licking the walls to try to get moisture to quench his thirst.
For reals?
Mm-hmm. You know how moist cave walls are?
So moist.
Moist and delicious.
Like a brownie.
like a brownie.
Like a pan of brownies.
They call cave walls the
nature's brownies. I wouldn't drink. Well, would I drink cave water or would I not drink cave water?
To live?
In my mind, is cave water bacteria or is cave water pure? Because
it doesn't matter. It's moisture that you're so thirsty you're going to die.
Yeah, but I don't want like to be thirsty and have like cave diarrhea.
Yeah, that would.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
If you got to go, that's not the way you want to go.
Not with the case of the cave diarrhea.
No, you don't want people to find you in that condition.
No,
living or dead.
You got nothing to boil the water.
He started using the energy bar wrappers to funnel moisture into the water bottles.
Oh, smart guy.
Yeah. This is some 27 hours. What was that? 127 hours?
Yeah.
He stayed in this cave, locked in this cave for 60 hours, Anthony. 60 hours, this poor kid, 19-year-old kid with no food and no water. He said he considered eating crickets, but he couldn't catch any.
Yeah, I bet that's tough.
Dude, you're weak. You're disoriented. You're frustrated. Your throat is sore from yelling.
Well, just the odds
for
of
hours.
Here's what I know from Animal Crossing. The odds of knowing where the cricket's going to turn up and what direction it's going to hop in.
Oh, so hard.
So hard. But then apply that to actual real life and what I know about real crickets. Crickets is jumps.
Crickets is jumps.
And they jump so random. Mm-hmm. Crickets is
never
random jump. Not once. Even if you fashion out of your wrappers a shiny like almost neon looking sign that's like Club Cricket.
Yeah.
Crickets Club Cricket. Crickets welcome. Mm-hmm. All crickets all the time.
Jump here with an arrow.
Yeah, and you put that around your mouth and you sit very still with your mouth open. Crickets is not going to jump in your mouth.
Crickets is smart.
They is smarter than that.
There's a good end to this story, but he survived 60 hours.
He's Lord of the Crickets now.
He is Cavar, the caveman.
Cavar, the Lord of the Crickets.
His parents filed a missing person report with the university police.
Good. Wait, no one fucking noticed from the cave club?
Evidently not, dude. So here's what we need to dive into. What is Lucas's
What's wrong
high
with
school
Lucas?
life like?
What's wrong with Lucas? Or what's wrong with these kids where they want to bully Lucas?
Maybe there was some nefarious, caving club hierarchy thing going on.
What is up with? Were they jealous of the Cavar?
Maybe. If the Cavar perishes, a new Cavar will be elected. So.
Maybe this was the final test of the Cavar.
He passed with
to
the
see if his
rappers.
powers would manifest.
They knew that he could command the crickets and lick the walls.
Okay, so these fucking shitheels didn't notice he was gone.
No. So I don't understand. It doesn't really explain why after his parents file a missing persons report, nobody goes, what was the last thing Lucas was doing? Oh, he was going into that cave.
Yeah, right?
Why did it take 60 hours to figure that out?
His parents are like, well, he went to cave club and they went into a cave. And then
did you check the mall? Maybe he stopped by the mall on the way home. From the
cave. Yeah.
We should probably go to the mall. I have to pick up some sausages from that little sausage.
Okay, hold on. Let's make a list. Let's just make a list.
Very good idea.
Sausages, sun.
Mm-hmm.
I need some Febreze.
Oh, we got to get that Febreze. And there's some my flip flops. I busted one of the things
okay,
on the
so I have sausages,
straps.
Febreze, flip flop strap. Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so. I think that's gonna do it.
All right.
Best parents ever. Yeah. They file a missing person
This
report.
guy got home alone, but in a cave. He got cave aloned.
They left him on Thursday. 2 of the Cavar Club leaders returned to the cave late Tuesday after finding a pile of clothing in the vehicle club members used to travel on Sunday to the cave. Oh, no, it wasn't Thursday. Sorry, it was Sunday. Went to the cave on Sunday. They are looking for Lucas. They see a pile of clothes in the thing, and they're like, Lucas was in the car.
Lucas
that went to the cave.
spontaneously combusted and left only a pile of clothes. Lucas, due to a curse, has shrunk down to microscopic size.
Look on the floor.
He's running around somewhere naked and tiny.
We need a series of magnifying glasses. To the mall.
Oh, also while we're there.
Yes.
I need sausages.
Oh, God, I love those little sausages.
I need... Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank God he brought a change of clothes for the fucking cave.
Worst caving club ever?
So they open the padlock, they open the gate.
Yeah.
Lucas is there. Does he punch them both in the mouth?
He was asleep when they found him because that's the first thing you do when you embrace death. Is you just give yourself over to exhaustion. Yeah.
Good night, cave.
And so he'd given up. They saw just tongue marks on all the walls. That's all they found.
In your mind, what does a tongue mark look like on a cave wall?
You've seen a tongue mark.
On a cave wall?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Every cave you've ever been to. Tell me you haven't been to a cave that hasn't had just covered in tongue marks.
Well, I mean, that's why they have to padlock the caves, is because so many people go down in these caves now and they just leave tongue marks everywhere.
Yeah.
These are natural environments.
You don't want tongue marks on your
just
caves.
leave tongue marks everywhere.
That's what separates the spelunking club from the caving club. So he was really glad to be alive.
Sure.
Says I feel like
was he really mad at the club though?
Doesn't say that, but it feels like he would. It says feels like I've been given a second chance, and he returned to class
where they promptly gave him a swirly.
And they're like, "Oh, that kid's back."
Yeah.
He says he has no more plans for participating in caving club activities.
Good. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Fuck, man.
Here's my favorite line from this whole story. This is the last line of the story. It said, a message. I can't even say it without laughing. A message posted by the caving club's president said that the organization is going to adopt rigorous protocols for accounting for members during cave excursions.
Yeah, like attendance, like a roll call, like the buddy system, like counting.
Rigorous protocols. Counting
Fuck
the number of people before you leave and when you come back.
Cave club, by the way, not an academic club. Clearly more an athletics club.
This is the worst catastrophe at Indiana University since those 3 chess club players mysteriously were knocked off by the queen.
What a bunch of fucking idiots. I'm sorry, what a bunch of idiots. Wow.
It's amazing though. So here's my question.
Here's my answer. Never join a club.
Okay. Don't be a part of a club that would have you as a member.
Never join a club.
What would you do in that situation, Anthony?
Probably the same shit he did.
Yeah.
But better.
I mean, that's
but like better and faster and smarter.
Yeah.
I probably would have gotten out.
You would have just been working on that hinge the whole time until
I think I would have worked that hinge, dude. I think I would have. Having not seen the gate, I don't really know.
What if it's real sturdy?
If it was like a metal gate, then we'd have issues. If it was like a chain link fence metal gate, but then I would kind of like try to work on the chain link. I don't know, man.
You know, the problem with running into a gate is you might strain yourself. Oh, yes! So good!
I don't know why you would want to
good!
After that joke, but you could give us a 5-star review on iTunes and it really helps us out.
God, that one felt good.
5-star reviews help us with the mystical iTunes algorithm. They let people know, like, hey, this is a quality podcast according to a bunch of strangers. Why do I care about a bunch of strangers? I don't.
I'm just gonna lie here on the floor.
But Apple will put this podcast in front of me more because strangers say so. We need that because we don't advertise this show. We just use word of mouth. We need you. Help us out. Even though that joke was told. Wow.